So my name is Bishop Dominic Kimengich, the Bishop of the Diocese of Eldoret now, but originally from the Diocese of Nakuru. And the Diocese of Nakuru comprises Nakuru County and Baringo County. So where I was born is Baringo County, a place called Kituro. And I became a priest in 1986. I was ordained in Kituro in 1986. And then after my ordination, I was sent to work in Kericho, a place called Danai, where I worked for 2 years. Then after those 2 years, I was sent to the parish of Kipsaraman. That is the year 1988, 89. That's when I was sent to Kipsaraman to be the father in charge. So, so I was in Kipsaraman for 5 years. I worked for 5 years as the parish priest or the father in charge of Kipsaraman. And when I was in Kipsaraman, that's now when I came to know the people of Kipsaraman. And the most prominent person whom I came to know in Kipsaraman was the ex-chief, Daniel Kipkebut, popularly known as Amin. So I came to know Amin when I went there in 1989. So I remember very well when I went there, I was, struck by this mzee, this elderly man who would be coming to church, always, dressed impeccably, really, somebody who you could see he was somebody full of authority because he was a chief for many, many years. And so his personality was just very striking to just come out. And of course, again, he was somebody who was respected very much by the rest of the people in church and also the community. And so I was also struck by his humility. He was, despite the fact that he was a former chief and, a prominent person in the community, yet when it came to things of church, he was really very humble and he wanted to know a lot of things about the faith, about the church, and he was also very committed. Every Sunday he would be coming to church. So that's how I came. He came to my notice, and we struck a wonderful relationship together. And I remember, yes, there was this time he came with his son James and some few members of the family. They came to greet me, and I was really touched by that fact that he came all the way from Baringo just to come and greet me in Lodwar in Turkana. So it shows the depth of the friendship which we had developed with him and the relationship which we had, because we really became friends, very amicable friends. And actually I remember when I was in Kipsaraman, he was also very supportive, not only financially, like when we were having church events, maybe when we were doing fundraising, he was always there. And of course, again, being an elder, we would really go to him for wisdom. He would tell us things. One thing when I went to Kipsaraman was the fact that I took over from missionaries because they were white priests who were working there. So I was the first African priest to go there. And of course, I knew the language. So that fact also brought us very closely, not only with Mzee Daniel, but the rest of the people there, because we were sharing the same language. And so even when we were explaining things in church, it was very easy for the people to understand. No, he was really very modest. And that's why I talked about his humility. He was somebody very humble. He did not display his wealth. It's only later on, much later on, I had even had a plot in Cabernet, but he never talked about these things. He lived a very simple life. One good thing is that he educated his children. He had passion for education, and so he educated his children. But he himself, you could not really know whether he was a rich man or not, because he was just very humble, very simple, and just like an elder, very, very much, just fitting in with the environment there. So he never displayed his wealth or showed that he was a rich man. The people respected him because, yes, he was authoritarian, maybe earlier, and people knew, because his background was also, he was a soldier, I think he was a soldier before, and therefore he had that discipline, and he wanted to instill discipline and put order. So, and you realize, yes, people can resist that in the beginning, but later on they will come to appreciate, because where there is order, where there's discipline, things work well. And that helped even to give direction to the community. So yes, he was called Amin because he was tough, but he wanted to instill order. He wanted to ensure that the people were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And he needed that so that even you don't have these deviant characters in the community. You would discipline them, you'd bring order in the community. And that is what we are missing now. We miss people like that who really come and put things in order and be able to tell people the right way, the right direction.